Hello, first of all, thank you very much for everything you said. This is very insightful. We are 3 students here at Concordia and McGill University, currently dealing with all of the problems which, I mean, you're here, so you've seen what we're dealing with the administration giving into all the violence and all the pro-terrorist organizations, and also the government letting it happen. So I know that a lot of people are afraid to say what they really think, but you're not one of them. What's your message to the administration of McGill and Concordia University that don't only let the terrorist supporters take over campus for the last 13 months, but also letting their movements grow and keep reacting like cowards who couldn't care less about their Jewish students and non-Jewish students who support open dialogue and a peaceful campus?
Well, now I see it for what it is. And again, I'm not offended on a personal level. This is a matter of principle, that they receive a threat and they cancel a major event. It's like canceling themselves. This is the greatest offense against them. And they submitted. This is submission to surrender under the intimidation. This is what we are dealing with. And today they are targeting this university, tomorrow they target the other university, and they can't cancel anybody because they have a different point of view. And of course they can say that I said controversial things in the past, etc. I take responsibility for every word I say. Every word I said in the past 2 decades. Because when I speak on my own authority. It's not borrowed from anyone. So if I want to say that the Muslims have moral responsibility towards this, towards the massacre that happened on October 7th, and they want to label me as Islamophobic, this is nonsense. So basically, my message to these people, that they let their students down, they let their faculty down, they let the people of Montreal down, especially right after we saw the chaos happened. At least on campus, you show that at least there is order. We have law enforcement, they are available, they made themselves available. Then what was the point of the cancellation? What was the point of the cancellation? What did they earn? 1 day of safety? Where is our resilience? This is a very bad mistake, and things are gonna continue to worsen, I'm afraid.
So just to let you know, actually, they canceled not only your event, but they canceled a whole month of events at McGill. So they canceled a whole month of cultural, social activities just because of the threats that have been accumulating and apparently escalating, as they said in their email.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, but they canceled it when you came, but they didn't cancel it when Francesca Albanese came or when Iyad Abu Hamad came. People who support Hamas, clearly stating...
Right, because the pro-Israel will not protest violently. So there was no need to cancel the event. They submitted to intimidation, and it's on them, and it will be recorded against them.
I have another question. What do you suggest we do about this? Because obviously the only way that they're reacting is when the other side is saying that they're going to commit violent acts, and obviously that's not how we react and not what we believe in. But how do you suggest we counter the administration in cases like these?
I personally don't know the protocols. I don't know how you protest against the administration. I don't know if you have the authority or the power over them. As a student body, I don't know if you have enough of those who see the reality that and the danger, in principle, of what's happening. So I really don't know. You need to ask the student leagues, the president, the student presidents, and see how you're going to deal with this. This is very, very dangerous, in my opinion.
The success that I've seen in the past when dealing with this is doing more events. Because if you don't fight for your rights, you lose your rights. And oftentimes we see, very serious, legitimate security threats But at the end of the day, if we keep doing these events and we keep taking up space, then it will have to be there. You have security. There's police security. You speak across. You're on a tour. You spoke in UCLA. There's no reason why you couldn't have been safe at McGill, in my opinion.
Yeah, and also it's not about my security. They think they canceled because they're concerned about my security or your security. You need to just follow the money. Follow the money.
Thank you so much again for standing up and speaking. But
I'm sitting down, by the way.
that's okay. But in the world, you're standing up, and the sad part is I think people, particularly all those that are calling for freedom, don't hear the love that you have for your people. You are doing this because you care for your family. You care for all the so-called Palestinians, the Arabs who live in what is now called the territories. You're doing it out of their concern for this violence to end and for this coexistence. Who is there that we can speak to on the other side that can hear your message, the fact that you're not here just for Israel, that's not what you're here for, your people, for your family? Who can you actually speak to that will hear that message, and hopefully that we'll be able to have some dialogue and move this thing forward where there could be time where we can live actually in peace?
Is this how you want me to be perceived? Look, I'm just, at this point of my evolution, I'm just representing myself. I'm not representing anybody. And it just, I may come across as advocating on behalf of Israel, but I need to bring the facts. This is not propaganda. I bring the facts. I lived on both cultures. I spent half of my life among the Arabs and half of my life among the Jews. And this is my authority, this is my experience. Today, I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm here to actually challenge and, most importantly, to condemn. Do you know what the word condemn means? I'm not here to convince. You want to listen, you listen. You don't want to listen, then you have to deal with the consequences. I will not be there. And I will not be participating in the chaos that you create, because this is your realm. This is your creation. And I don't have compassion towards mothers who celebrate and rejoice the death of others' children. Then, when their turn comes, eventually, they weep. As they weep, I don't cry and I don't rejoice. I have zero compassion. It's their creation, the reality they created for themselves. And you'll have to accept it. And you know what? No one is above this authority. No one is above the authority of the universe, because the universal laws are the laws of cause and effect, not right and wrong. Because what is right here is wrong on the other side. And what is right on the other side is wrong here. Then this is a rabbit hole we can never end. My people gave up on me a long time ago. What they hate about me the most, that I could have been an asset to them. But what they do best, they misuse their assets. And they cut the hand that feeds them. And they accuse those who try to help them. And they crucify those who want to die on their behalf. This is their strategy. I don't love them. I don't hate them. I don't want to do anything with them. And honestly, I don't want them to spread, and I don't want them to grow. I hope that they can be contained only in one region and keep this death culture only in one place. I don't want to globalize it. Think this radical, condemn me, judge me, sooner or later, the entire world is going to come to this realization. And guess what? I'm not going to be there even to listen to it.
We have time for one last question.
Thank you very much. You spoke about the danger of false narratives. Is there a narrative that offers honor and hope to Arabs living in the Middle East?
Hope. Hope is a drug. This is what I hope. And I don't sell people a false sense of hope. That's not my work. I want people to take responsibility. They want freedom, they must take responsibility. And everyone is the legitimate creator of their destiny. Everyone. So our work does not go in void. Sooner or later, we will have to mirror our creation. It's going to just manifest in front of our eyes. And when that happens, I don't want to give them hope. I want them to realize this is the outcome. This is the outcome not only of your doing yesterday, it's also your doing the day before, the year before, and 10 years before, and from the beginning of your creation, of your existence. This is what brought you here. Follow the chain of events that brought you here, and you will realize that. And once you realize that this is the outcome of your own creation, then you must take responsibility for it. Don't blame, don't escape. Face it with courage. This works. But to give them a little bit of hope that things are going to be okay, the situation is very bad, I'm telling you. And I don't understand how I can make them see. Even today, I'm trying to rationalize with people who understand the Western way of life that's supposed to be enlightened. But unfortunately, it looks like I have more rigid mindsets here in the West, more than Gaza. Some of my opponents that never been there were much harder to deal than Hamas leaders. Even I told them, listen, I can sit down with Hamas. I may find a middle ground with Hamas, but with you, I can never find a middle ground because you don't belong there. At least their Palestine is closer to earth, but your Palestine is at the corner of the universe. So what hope we're talking about? We need the truth. This is what we need. We need the truth. We need to help people take responsibility for their action. And yes, the hard way now. The hard way, and if they don't listen, they will have to deal with pain and destruction. This is dangerous what they are doing on the streets of Montreal. This is why I'm very frustrated this morning. And to add to that, that they actually can control our campuses just from outside. We don't even know who sent the threat to the university. Could be North Korea. Or could be Ayatollah office. How do we know? And they shut down all the cultural events for an entire month because of an online threat. So this is not good.